This may be the most important musical photograph of my lifetime so far. We're going to talk about why. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Northern Revolutions. I'm Rob. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. As I record this, it is almost midnight on July the 4th, 2025. And if you don't know what that photo is, that's okay. You've probably heard today was the first of the Oasis Live 25 reunion tour. And that is a photograph of Liam and Noel Gallagher walking on stage together for the first time in over 16 years. Why is that important? To you, it might not be, but to me it is. Oasis is my band. I am a fan of a lot of things, a lot of bands and artists that I love, but Oasis was my first. I started as a fan of the Beatles, okay? So through osmosis, I guess, for my parents, the Beatles was what I first started to listen to in 1994, was when I developed an interest in music. I think I was 15, something like that. And then in the summer of 1995, this album changed my life. This is What's the Story, Morning Glory from 1995. It's Oasis' second album. I could talk forever about this album, but I'll keep it short. I was listening to, obviously, the Beatles and, some other sort of stuff like the band and Creedence and that kind of thing. And I was also watching a lot of Much Music, which was essentially the Canadian version of MTV. And so, yeah, I saw the video for Wonderwall quite a few times. Didn't really, it was good, but whatever. And then I heard the song Don't Look Back in Anger. What was it about that song? I don't know. But I went, wow, love this. It was around that time that the girl that I was dating had the CD for this album, and I listened to it. There are a handful of albums that I always remember where I was when I heard it the first time, and this was one of them. I rushed out that very day to Music World, which was a CD chain at the time. They had a store downtown at the Eaton Center in the town that I live in. I went and bought this album, and I played the living daylights out of it. Still have the copy over there on my CD shelf. You know how often songs or albums or whatever are the soundtrack of your life? This album is inextricably linked to the summer of 1995. There are more memories for me with this album than I could possibly imagine, and none of them I'm going to share with you. But let's just say, it's your first serious relationship, and it's your first, band you've discovered on your own, and there's a lot of synergies of those two storylines. And so, that was the, first summer I sort of felt independent and, could do what I want when I wanted. And not a single time when I hear this do I not think about that incredible summer. And from this, it led me to discover Definitely Maybe, which were the only two albums at the time. I never got to see Oasis perform live. I remember them coming to Canada, I think on this tour, or maybe the tour after. And they played a place called Molson Park up in Barrie, Ontario, which was an outdoor sort of festival venue. I didn't go. I never got to see them, which is unfortunate. I've loved this band since 1995. That is 30 years. And I had resigned myself, like many Oasis fans had, that our beloved band would never get back together because it seemed impossible that Noel and Liam would ever reconcile. Then the news broke last year. Wow. Was it motivated by money? I don't know. there's a hell of a lot of it, so maybe it had something to do with it. Did they legitimately patch up their differences? It would seem so. But regardless, this band that I never thought in my lifetime I would ever get to hear perform live is back together. Am I going to see the tour? Regrettably, no. Came this close. When the tickets went on sale, I thought, I don't stand a hope in hell, but I'm going to try. I logged on at 2 minutes after, and it said, you are 33,487th in the queue. And I thought, oh man. I did the math, and mathematically it's possible, but I doubt it. But needless to say, I left my computer running. I work from home a lot of the time, so just let the browser run in the background while I did some other things. I checked on it, half hour, 45 minutes later. You're 12,000th in line. Maybe. Not going to happen. Went upstairs, made some lunch, came back down. I'm like 1,000th in line. Oh, okay. Maybe this might happen. I'm working away. Ding. You are next in the queue. Holy, I get in. And I want cheapest. I don't care if it's the cheapest seat in the house. Fine. There were no cheap seats left. There was a seat or several seats. Clicked on it. $400 plus fees. It was going to be $500 and change. Holy moly. And I almost did it. And I had my credit card out and I almost paid for it. And I thought, no, I can't do that. That's crazy to spend $500 on a concert ticket. My wife would shoot me. She's a wonderful woman, but she'd shoot me, and rightfully so. So regrettably, I closed my browser window. And I went upstairs to pout. My wife says, what's the matter? Did you not get a ticket? And I said, I was there and I just had to click the button, but I didn't. And she goes, well, that's stupid. My wife doesn't like spending money on anything. I said, well, hon, it was going to be over $500. And she goes, yeah, but this is once in a lifetime and I know how much you love this band. Shit. Maybe I should have had the budget discussion with my wife before I tried to buy a ticket. So one of the big swing and a miss, so I'm not going to get to see one of the bands that changed my life live. It is what it is. But I am still going to enjoy the hell out of the fact that they're touring around the world. And there will be, I'm sure, hundreds of videos on YouTube, and I'll watch those. And I know it's not going to be the same. But at least my band is back together and they're making music. Are they going to make new music? Probably not. Are they going to release a new album? Probably not. That's okay. If this is all there is, and this is the end of Oasis, I'm okay with that. They went out the way they should have went out. Bonus if something comes of this, but who the hell knows? I'm thrilled Oasis is back together. They mean the world to me. They were the first band that I discovered of my own volition and investigation. And while the Beatles are great and mean everything to me as well, that was my parents' generation. Oasis was mine. So, like countless other people out there, these songs are the soundtrack to the formative years of young Rob's life. So, I treasure them. I treasure the music. It means a lot to me, and I'm thrilled. Enough of me being sentimental. These are how I rank the Oasis albums. Okay, there's 8 albums, 7 technically, but I'm also including the Master Plan, which was a compilation album of B-sides and singles. So, at number 8, my least favorite, Dig Out Your Soul. This was the last album. This came out in 2008. I think this album is generally well reviewed, but to me, I just never connected with it. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. I don't think there's really any songs in here that I connect with. Maybe The Shock of the Lightning is okay. But other than that, I don't know that there's any other songs in here that I even really know. Have I heard this album a bunch of times? Sure. But I sing the words to any of them? Probably not. Number 7 is 2002's Heathen Chemistry. Again, the album's fine. I think Hindu Times was the single. I like the song Little by Little. Stop Crying Your Heart. It's a pretty good song. This isn't bad. It just, to me, felt a little repetitive, maybe. There wasn't anything really stand out about it. Coming in at number 6, Standing on the Shoulders of Giants from 2000. Generally, when I see a lot of Oasis rankings, this is ranked last. I think it's a little bloated, agreed, but it's not bad. Effin' in the Bushes, great sort of, they used to use that as sort of the walkout song at the concert. Who Feels Love, that's all right. Gas Panic, yeah. It's fine. I sort of get the impression that didn't really know what they were trying to do with this record. I think I could be completely wrong, but to me, it's a little overdone and doesn't feel cohesive to me. Cool album artwork, though. I'll give them that. It's got the Manhattan skyline, so nice artwork. All right, next up, from 2005, Don't Believe the Truth. I love this record. This is Zach Starkey on drums, Ringo's son. Lila was the single off here. It's a great song. Love it. Very catchy. The Importance of Being Idle. Oh, what a great song. I love Turn Up the Sun, the lead track on here. A Bell Will Ring. Amazing song. Let There Be Love. God Thinks I'm Able. I don't think that there's a bad song on this record, to be honest. I'd rank it higher, but the next albums are even better. Like, this is a phenomenal record. I really, really love this. Don't Believe the Truth. Okay. Next, I said this is not a studio album, it's a compilation. But I'm going with the Master Plan. Now, Master Plan came out 1997, I think. My eyesight's not that good. This is a compilation of singles and B-sides from the first 2 albums, I believe. Oasis were one of those bands that did singles like they used to do singles back in the day. There'd be a single and there'd be a B-side, and the B-side wouldn't be on the album, and even sometimes the A-side wouldn't be on the album. It's like that was a British thing. Like the Beatles were famous for doing that. And so Oasis did a lot of that. So this is incredible. Yes, it's a compilation, but you have Acquiesce. Oh, what a great song. Underneath the Sky, Talk Tonight, Fade Away, Listen Up, Rocking Chair. Half the World Away is a crowd favorite at Oasis concerts, at Noel Gallagher concerts. It is one of the best B-sides I have ever heard in my life. I absolutely love it. It's my second favorite Oasis song. This is so good. Like, these would be forgotten B-sides if it wasn't for this. And all of these are good enough to be A-sides. Like, Master Plan is brilliant. Okay. This is a divisive album, but I like it a lot. Be Here Now, their third album, which I think came out in 1997. This is the only Oasis album I have that is an original first pressing. Yeah, all these are the first reissues. I wish I had more, especially definitely maybe Once the Sword. I wish I had OGs of that, maybe someday. But this is an original first press of Be Here Now. I remember vividly when this album came out because, I became a fan with What's the Story, Morning Glory. Love Definitely Maybe. So when this came out, it was highly anticipated for me. And I remember watching the debut of the video. Do you know what I mean? It's got the helicopter. It's great. This is an album that you either love or you hate. A lot of folks hate it because it is overproduced, no question. There are tracks allegedly that have like 60 guitar tracks in the same song. You can't hear that many, so there's a lot. This is a cocaine-fueled album for sure. But I think to me that's the charm, that it's this massive overproduction that I still think turned out some incredible songs. I loved You Know What I Mean. I love Stand By Me. I love Girl in the Dirty Shirt. I love Don't Go Away. I love All Around the World. There's not a song here I don't love. Like, this is, yes, it's an overindulgence, but I love it. All right, in the number 2 spot, of course, it's definitely maybe their debut. I have like 5 different versions of this record. It's so good. The album that made them, right? I think, incredibly successful for a debut. I don't know that it got much traction over here in North America until Wonderwall hit with the second album. But the song, it's just as good as What's the Story. You've got Rock and Roll Star, Shaker Maker, Live Forever, Up in the Sky, Columbia, Sad Song, Supersonic, Cigarettes and Alcohol, Slide Away. All of those are massive hits. There's a few I didn't mention, but all of those got played at shows. And like, this is just an incredible, incredible album. Supersonic is my 3rd favorite Oasis song. Fond memories of this as well from the summer of 95. Great album. Which, of course, as no surprise, number 1 is What's the Story? Morning Glory, the album that changed my life. For all those other reasons, I love it. I think it's perfect. It's good to get the vinyl version because on the CD version, it did not have Bonehead's Bank Holiday, which is kind of a goofy in-between song thing, but it's still great. What do you say about something like Champagne Supernova? Wonderwall's fluff. It's fine. It's a 3-chord wonder. Everybody loves to sing it. Great. Champagne Supernova is brilliant. I mean, to me, it's like their version of Strawberry Fields. It's just this big, extravagant, mentally visual. Wow, incredible. My favorite Oasis song is Don't Look Back in Anger, which Noel sings. So Sally Can Wait. The girlfriend I had at the time, her best friend used to call me Sally because I loved this song so much. Whatever. This is great. The album that changed my life. 2 other Oasis things worth noting, by the way. This is incredible. This is Oasis Nebworth 1996. It's a 3 LP of the concert that they did on August 10th, 96 at Nebworth. This is an incredible, incredible live show. The other Oasis live show on vinyl is Familiar to Millions. I have it on CD. On vinyl, it is so hard to find. I think there was only like 1,000 copies made worldwide. I've never seen one. They are routinely $500 to $1,000, which is insane for a record. Someday I hope to get it. Oasis has redone all of the studio albums and master plan on special colored vinyl for the tour, and I was hoping that they would do a special tour version of Familiar to Millions, but no such luck. I don't know why that one's not getting re-released. But that's it. I rambled way too long. I could talk all day about this band and why I love them. To say that my heart is full that this band that I love so much is back together would be an understatement. It's unfortunate that I don't get to see them. I have friends that are going. Sam's going. Sam, I'm envious, brother. I hope you enjoy it. That's everything for me today, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you love Oasis, drop me a note in the comments. Share a memory. Tell me your favorite song. What album do you like best? Tell me my ranking sucks, whatever. If you don't like Oasis, that's cool too. Move along. That's everything for me today, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side.